Also, these colors are just so pleasant. It makes me want to open up a romance bookstore so bad. I needed to talk about it because hello book besties, welcome back to my channel and welcome to my weekly reading vlog. My hair looks ginormous. It's currently about 7:15 on Tuesday, July 2nd. I'm exhausted. This is not reading related. Franklin woke me up at 5 in the morning by doing what cats do and being utterly disgusting. And I essentially had to sanitize the whole entire house and de-smell it because he is a nasty boy. And this is really the first time I've only been concerned about him, like, I don't want to say the word because I feel like some people are sensitive to it, and I was definitely sensitive to it this morning. So I gotta call his vet and see what's going on with little man. That is not what you are here for. You are here for a reading vlog. I decided to do this like little series and try it out and just kind of see how I like it, how it impacts my reading, how you guys like it. I like watching reading, like weekly reading vlogs of other booktubers, so I thought I could give it a shot and see how I like it. So this week I am reading One Dark Window by Rachel Gillig. She has one of those cool names where it's the same spelled front and backwards. I'm about 125 pages in. I made it to chapter, what, last night? I made it to chapter 11 last night, so I'm about 29% in, my Kindle is currently saying. I'm really enjoying it. It was so good, and like how I know a book is really good, especially a fantasy book, is when I dream about it, and I had like an incorporation of the book into my dreams, like where I was in the world. So very good book. I'm participating in a July reading challenge. It's from bookshop.org and it's their summer reading challenge. I don't even know. You try to collect badges to win stuff, all that type of stuff. And then I'm also doing the Lit Homebody summer reading challenge from June until August or something like that. Sorry, Franklin has been loving boxes recently. But yeah, I haven't been like closely following that one, but it's more like if I read a book that falls within a prompt, it's okay. So let's talk about books I hope to read this week. I finally found, if you saw my last bookish reading vlog, it's coming out today, but it was published a week from now if you're watching this. I finally found A Dawn of Onyx, which I have A Promise of Peridot, and I didn't know that was the second book in the series, the Sacred Stone series or whatever. But I finally found A Dawn of Onyx down in Concord, which is by Charlotte. It's an hour and a half away. That's how desperate I was. Fourth Barnes Noble I went to find this book. Anyways, I found it, so I really hope to read that one. And then when I was on vacation last week, I went to a cool bookstore. Can't remember what it was called. I got My Magnolia Summer. I can't see the author's name right now. I got that cool book. So I'm hoping to get to either of those as well as finish One Dark Window. And if I look at Libby, I have the second book, Two Twisted Crowns. Oh, it's coming up in 8 weeks. So depending how this one turns out, I might just buy it. I bought about 6 books while I was on vacation, but I guess I haven't really shown you guys I redid my library setup, so I'm in a different location right now. I have like window, here's my Kindle arm, if you're wondering what that is. So yeah, I guess I can show you a quick walkthrough of my library. I have time this morning before leaving for work. Okay, let's go on a tour. Why don't we? Okay, so right here is the bookshelf that my boyfriend built me. And so recently my childhood dog, the white one over there, she crossed the Rainbow Bridge, and then that's another one of my childhood dogs. So just kind of memorializing. My friend Elizabeth, you saw in a video recently, she is allowing me to borrow that book. She said it's really, really good. I just haven't gotten to it yet, but I thought it was worth displaying. Then I have my wine shelf with all of my nice wine bottles, my thingy for these, and then I have a cross stitch and my glasses. And then mainly this is like my unread shelf. So I have read Dance of Thieves. I've read half of that, but I want to start over again sometime. I got this, The Lilac Girls, at a used bookstore on vacation. $7 for a hardback. It was great. And a lot of these, it's like if I don't see them all on one shelf that I haven't read, I don't know if I'm gonna grab them. And then I do need to situate that and make it nicer. Oh, I also want to finish reading Funny Story this week. I could not really read it on vacation. And then here is my fantasy shelf and thrillers down there and book of the month, and they all line up pretty perfectly. And then if you're wondering what's in the blue box, it's camera equipment. And then I have some candles in that box down there, and then journaling supplies and Kindle supplies. All of my series, Zodiac Academy, Ember in the Ashes, Six of Crows, Sarah J. Maas shelf, and then just some of my favorite books that I've read. You can see Spark of the Everflame. Up here I have The Night and Its Moon, and I need like another book or two to fill this space. So that's why Spark of the Everflame is just kind of covering that up for the time being. And then over here are some of my most urgent to be read. And then I have my TBR for my like cute contemporary romance. I read Can't Spell Treason Without T. Also, these colors are just so pleasant. It makes me want to open up a romance bookstore so bad. Okay, and then here is a romance shelf that I have read. So obviously I need to read some of my romance ones and move them into this space. Down here I have my reading journal, past reading journal, the journal I have to work on a book I want to write, stickers, bookmarks, anything that I need for book journaling, my pens that I like to use, colored pencils, tabbies. Oh, and my printer, which everybody loves. And I think when I do my reading journal 6-month update, I'll talk about it. My tripod. And then these, I just could not categorize. Like, I liked them, but I didn't like them enough. And then these are just some other odds and ends. And my plants, and I know some people don't like having plants in their library, but I don't have anywhere else in my house for them to go. I need to adopt that plant out. This guy is currently propagating. He's not doing bad. So that he can have a permanent hanging home, hopefully somewhere over here-ish. I would love that for him. And then here's a diamond painting I did recently. If you'll look at it. I've really started to enjoy diamond painting while I do audiobooks or watch Netflix. And then also a cool thing that I have over here is I have a collection of cookbooks that I really enjoy and knitting books. And these, what I've kind of put on all of this shelf right here are books that I read and enjoyed in college. It's also breakfast time for Little Demon. So today is Tuesday. I have to go, I don't have to go into the office, but I'm gonna go into the office today to do some stuff. So I'm gonna be going into the office, so it is gonna be a little bit longer of a day since I went on vacation last week. Yesterday was like a very bizarre day for work for me, so I have a lot to do. So I'd be surprised if I got home before 5 or 5:30. So hopefully I do get to read a lot tonight. In One Dark Window, I hope to get to 50 or 60% tonight. That's not too far. It's 25 to 30%, 20 to 30% more of the book read. And I think that's really doable with how I'm going, because I read for 2 straight hours of it last night and I did not want to put it down. So good sign. Good sign it's a good book. But yeah, that's all I've got for you today. Yeah. Okay, I'll see you guys later. Good morning, besties. It is Wednesday the 3rd. Tomorrow is the 4th of July and I have the day off and I'm very excited. And yesterday my boss told me, he told me essentially nobody is going to be working on Friday. We have a couple meetings, but after that, like, nobody's really going to work. So take it easy. I will be doing that. Let's see, I didn't really get any reading done yesterday. I was really stressed out over Franklin, and so I got a new diamond painting and I did that while watching Roommate from Hell on Netflix. So I watched season 1 last night. I think it was only like 4 episodes or something like that, but I watched it. I really enjoyed it. I think I only read like 15 pages, kind of bad, but this morning I got some pages in. I really am liking it. I don't want to spoil stuff, but I like want to talk about it. But thankfully, one of my book best friends, I've talked about her a lot here. I asked her if she had read the book. She was like, yeah, I've read both of them, One Dark Window and Two Dark Crowns or something. And I was like, oh, did you get them from the library? Like, I've had like a 6 or 9 month wait. Like, I've waited since the beginning of year, since Christmas. And she's like, they're on Kindle Unlimited. I've never felt so dumb in my life. And then I did check, and they are indeed on Kindle Unlimited. I got a call from my vet yesterday. Well, I called them, and the tech or receptionist said, you know, the vet's gonna wanna call and talk to you. I have the windows open because it's like 68 degrees right now, so it's nice. The vet called me back, and she was like, from everything you said, it essentially sounds like he's just really constipated, but you need to bring him in for drop off, for observation. They're gonna run some tests on him and do some stuff that is traumatizing to me as a cat mom, and probably gonna traumatize Franklin a little bit. I don't know if I talked about this. I have a litter robot, definitely not sponsored. Best decision that I could make owning a cat. I've also been able to track like if he's been using the bathroom, and he has not been. Yeah, you. So once I finish my coffee here, we are gonna head to the vet's office. And then today I have to be in one of our communities. So I have to like go to work, but it's like off-site work. It's weird. And I have to be there kind of all day. I was wanting to edit my video for this Friday this morning, but I've just been really anxious about Frank, and I love my vet. I trust her completely. Oh God, also I ran the dishwasher this morning, so you know, you have to open the door to put the soap in the door. I didn't realize Franklin was standing so close, and I guess his little jaw was like right there to get hit. It's a little bit too close, and so I closed the door to start the dishwasher. And it like knocked him, and I'm like, this poor cat, he can't go to the bathroom. He just got his jaw knocked. He's fine now, he's perfectly fine, but I'm just like, this poor cat. And it could be, his constipation apparently could be anxiety induced, and I have noticed an uptick in his anxiety. So he has seasonal allergies where he like overgrooms, but also it's like a symptom of his anxiety manifesting, I guess. I don't know how to word it for a cat, but so he's been grooming a lot. It's been really obnoxious, but there's nothing I can do. I really need to edit my video for Friday because I read, what, 13 books in the month of June, and it's the wrap-up video, and I was recording it, and I just like took so long to record it. My brain just was not functioning. I recorded like the intro Monday afternoon when my brain was firing, but I recorded the actual like video yesterday morning at like 6:45, and my brain was not working. I'm slow to wake up. But after redoing my library, I have really been enjoying this more. And I have the Papasan chair, I don't know what it's called, kind of like right across from me on the other side of a window that's right here. And so in the afternoons, my boyfriend and I have been hanging out here and just chilling, because after work we like to have quiet time, because our jobs do require, his much more so, require a lot of interacting and a lot of thinking. For like the first 15 to 30 minutes we get home from work, we've started doing a new thing, and it goes, do you want quiet time? And you know, one of us will either say yes or no, and if it's a yes from either one of us, we honor that and we allow the person to have quiet time, which I don't know if other people do that. I don't know if it's normal, but it's really been working. And so I have my quiet time in here, he has it out in the living room, or we have our quiet time together and we just don't talk. That makes it sound like we're Francesca and John from Bridgerton and just like sitting in silence, but we're each doing our own thing. So finished my coffee, gonna take care of the cat. I want to come home because I don't have to go to the offsite immediately. I'm gonna head over around 10, it's around 8 right now. Hopefully I can either come home and get some editing done. I need to film a couple TikToks. Maybe I can get some reading done too before I have to like go to work. And then tomorrow, I don't know what I'm gonna do. We don't have any plans. We kind of had plans and then we kind of didn't, and then we were like, we just don't want to do anything. Yeah, we're gonna go make you feel better. Bye guys. besties. We have a little bit of catching up to do, so I've got my coffee here because I need to talk to you guys about One Dark Window. So, okay, let me see, how much did I actually read of it yesterday? Because today is Friday, June 5th, or July 5th, whatever it is. Okay, I read like half the book yesterday. On the 3rd, I ended on page 206, and in my copy there were 418 pages. So, I read 50% of that book yesterday, which is like pretty usual for how I read books. Like, it takes me 1 or 2 days to get into it, and then I go into it. One, I feel really stupid that I didn't realize it was on Kindle Unlimited, and I waited 9 months with my library to get the book. Feel real stupid. But I still download the second one from the library because, you know, and it was like ready, obviously. Anyways, I don't know if I talked about that in a separate one. I love Raven so much. He's so surprising. He's so kind and gentle. Elspeth, I love her. I love their little "are we just pretending?" And they never like truly fake dated. Like, they didn't do anything except appear in public together. The ending though, guys, like, so if you haven't read One Dark Window and you don't want spoilers, please skip ahead to whatever time I say. But like, I need to talk about it because, so my friend Elizabeth, who has read this series, I talked about her a couple times ago, she's out of town in the mountains with no cell reception, no Wi-Fi. So I can't talk to her about this because this would be a phone call. So I need to talk to you guys about it. Obviously, that's what you're here for. Holy shit. My boyfriend went to sleep and I had my Kindle on in dark mode, absorbing. I had an energy drink in one hand, my Kindle in the other, and I was going, we're doing this. I went to bed at like 11. I hate the nightmare and I love the nightmare, and I loved when it was revealed because, like, you could be like, oh, he was like one of the Shepherd King's knights or something. He's in gold armor or whatever he was in. She keeps having all of these like weird nighttime walk situations where she ends up at this, like, at the ruins, and you start piecing the puzzles, or like piecing the puzzle pieces together. But then when he's like, girl, you already know. You already know. I've given you enough, and you are smart enough. I've lived in your head for 11 years. You're smart enough to know. Come on. Figure it out. Like, and so I did start Two Twisted Crowns like immediately. And I'm so glad that the first chapter, like, you got the confirmation, like, Elspeth is still there. And then the man in gold armor comes and picks her up off the beach. And I think it's the Shadow or the Shepherd King. I want to say Shadow King, but it's the Shepherd King. Like, he cares for her, but he also cares about himself greatly. She knew what she was doing every time she asked him for help. But I can't believe it only took like 3 times for it to get bad enough. Hoth, or whatever his name is, the heir to the throne, the Rowan throne, is a piece of shit. I don't know how to say her cousin's name. I've been just saying Ione. That is probably not right. He's playing with this bird in his Amazon box. She is a really interesting character because she's still helping Elspeth out, and like, obviously she doesn't want to be with Hoth. I don't know. It's such a good book. Like, for me, I loved For the Wolf. And when I was reading, ooh, my battery's dead. Hold on. Okay, picking up where we left off before I had to change my camera battery. You can't see it, but I'm looking at my bookshelves. I loved For the Wolf and For the Throne. It's what really got me back into reading overall. Like, it made me want to join Bookstagram and start my account and everything, and that eventually got me here. It's 2 totally different things, but I love this one so much. So if you're on the fence about reading these books, go read them. I finished the first one and I was just like, yeah, I will immediately be going to Barnes & Noble to buy the like paper physical version. I'd be really excited to get my hands on like a special edition copy, I think. Had me buy a chokehold yesterday, honestly. And like, there was a spicy scene. There was. They went to the bedroom and Raven was the perfect fucking gentleman. I kind of hated when Elspeth like snuck out, but her reasoning was like, well, I wanted you to rest. You know, like, I didn't mean anything by it. I just wanted you to rest. And then, you know, Jasper finds out, and then the whole family finds out that they're boinking. And the way Raven reacts when he finally hears the nightmare in Elspeth's head, I was so worried he was just gonna like flip out and be mad and all this. And he wasn't. He was just like, I can see why you didn't want to tell me that. I can see. That's a lot. And she goes, and it's the Shepherd King. He's only been dead 500 years. And so in the second one, the second chapter is Raven's doing like split chapters now or whatever. He fucking finds the bones. Oh, and then the mirror card, we finally get to see him talking to ghosts. What I really like though is how this lore is created. The book and the cards are woven together and it feels real. I've probably talked about this book enough. It's the only one I've really been reading in this reading vlog. I hope you enjoyed watching me chow down on some Tavern and Snack mix from Target. Not my favorite, but when I was like looking for road trip snacks the other week, it was a much better deal than buying Chex Mix. Like per ounce, there was a significant difference, so that's kind of why I bought that version. And the thing is, I like those brown chip things, whatever they are. My boyfriend doesn't. I don't like those orange crescent things. He does. Would not get it again, but not the worst thing I've ever eaten. So today's Friday. Today I'm working from home in the morning, but my boss talked to us on Tuesday and he was like, so I guess nobody's really planning on working on Friday, and we all kind of like nodded like, yeah, we're gonna take the day off, except for our like 10 a.m. meeting that we have every week. And he's like, okay, cool, don't take the day off, just have the day off. So what am I gonna do today? I'm gonna devour 2 Twisted Crowns. I'm also, I think I'm gonna go to a quilt store. I've never been to this one before. I just kind of got into quilting. I guess I'll talk about this. Okay, it's really dorky. My mom is really big on quilting. That is her hobby. The room I grew up in when I moved out, literally the next day she made it into her sewing room, which is cute. So when we went on our Charleston trip, on our way back, we stopped at this really cool quilt store. Can't remember where it was at. It was right outside of Charlotte by like 20 minutes. Very cute. And so while I was there, I was like, I've been kind of thinking I could really get into this. Quilting seems like something I could get into. Mama, can you help me? And so we found a really cute, I'll grab it for you guys. This is like life update, I guess. Okay, so it's called a charm pack, but it's Halloween and fall fabric. And so she said, here's a pattern. I bought the pattern. It was like $3. You can make a table runner as a test, and it's not too big of a project. You can see if you like it. I came home on Sunday and I made the entire, I pieced, I guess that's what it's called. She taught me. Pieced together the entire table runner from the charm pack, which I didn't think I was going to be able to do it all in one day, but I did. So fair to say, I think I like quilting. While we were driving to our hotel in Charlotte from the quilt store, she was like, if you like this, let me try to find some like good resources around your area that you could go to. So she found a quilt store that does like quilting for beginners 101 essentially, and it's 6 weeks on Tuesday nights, very affordable. And so on Tuesday nights for 3 hours, you go and you quilt, and by the end, you have a quilt. I want to go check out this shop today. I don't know if they'll be open. I'm kind of gambling with it, but it's 2 minutes down the road from me. I'm gonna go get the backing, pick out the backing, learn about the class, Franklin's vet bill. I guess I didn't really talk to you about Frank. Franklin apparently just needed Miralax. So he's growing into his adult body. He just needed Miralax, was non-expensive vet bill. Thank God. So I'm just gonna see. So that's one of the things. And then I also I want to get through like 50% of 2 Twisted Crowns today. Oh God, this is such a long check-in. I'm so sorry. That's what I'm doing today. Look at the happy little ghost. Can you just please look at the happy little ghosties? Oh, and then the cute pumpkins, like the pink ghosts. They're so happy. And it's like, it's Halloween, but it's like cute. I guess I'm done talking about One Dark Window. I'm not emotionally over it yet. No, I need to text Elizabeth and be like, whenever you're back in town, have a sec, we need to go have a coffee. Also, she's reading Zodiac Academy right now, which I am very nervous for her to read. I think she's gonna like it. I know she's a fast reader, so she's gonna fly through the books. Okay, that's my check-in. Oh, I haven't even really started editing the video that goes live today, so I need to do that. That's what I'm gonna be doing until my meeting and after my meeting. So I'll see you guys later, I guess. Bye. Hey guys, so it is Saturday. I did lots of reading on Friday, finished One Dark Window, and now I'm about 100 or like 87, 90 pages into Two Twisted Crowns. I'm sorry about the audio quality. Our dishwasher's going. I just wanted to do a check-in and talk to you. I'm really loving this book. I love the romance between Ione, Elspeth's cousin, and Elm. It's very cute. It feels very natural. I like their like little banter they have. It's like better than Raven and Elspeth's. Okay, I guess I'll give some predictions that I have. Give me one moment. Oh, I have a tip for the girlies. So I am a nail girly. Come on, focus. I love doing my own nails. These aren't great and my nails aren't in great shape, but I love doing them. So I love taking care of my nails. And a tip I have been doing, a hack, if you will, I keep my cuticle oil pen here because I mainly read on my Kindle here. So every time you sit down, like with your Kindle arm and your clicker and whatnot, since you're not touching a book or anything, before you start reading, put your cuticle oil on every time. That's my hack. And I've been doing it for the last couple days and I've noticed my cuticles look a lot better. I'm gonna keep it up, but okay, let's get into predictions. Predictions I have for the end of these two books. I think Elm is gonna be king, and I think that's going to be a good thing. I think the king is going to die. With the ghost children Elspeth seeing in her mind lake situation, I think she's going to find a way for the shepherd king, whatever his real name is, I can't remember, and his children to make peace. And he's gonna, after he does like a whole big woo, he and his children are gonna just get to rest in peace finally. I think the cards are no longer gonna work. The mist is gonna go away. Raven and Elspeth, the only prediction I will make about them is they live happily ever after. She fully regains her body and everything. The nightmare kept saying like yellow girl, that whole little rhyme he was doing. So I don't think Ione's gonna be the queen. I think she's gonna die. This is gonna be really funny if you have already read this book and you know how it ends. It's also gonna be funny for me to edit later when I know how it ends. Do I have other predictions? Oh, I think the Dysteriors, or however you call the Royal Guard essentially, I think they're gonna be dissolved. Those are kind of the predictions I have right now. My boyfriend has to take his truck to the dealership to get some like just maintenance done, like oil change and whatnot. I need to get my oil changed this week. I think that's all I have for you guys. Oh, let me know in the comments if you'd be interested. So yesterday, if you follow my TikTok, I went and I bought Reckless and Powerful, the little tiny guy. Let me know if you guys would be interested in me doing a reread of Powerless with the companion chapter situation with Powerful, and then reading Reckless, like doing a whole vlog of those three. And I know I read Powerless back in February or something like that, maybe March, but I want to do a reread because I've been seeing all over TikTok that people have been doing the companion reading of it and have really been enjoying it. I think that would be a lot of fun. I think that would be a fun vlog, but let me know what you guys think. That would be a fun one for me to do. And now that Reckless is sitting on my shelf and I'm in fantasy mood because it's after July 4th, so you know what that means? It's Halloween. Oh, one of my plants I'm propagating, his root has come out, and then another plant of mine has I don't know what he has going on. I need to Google it. He's the plant that lives in my bathroom and I'm a little bit worried for him. He's perfectly healthy and everything, but let me know if you would like a reading vlog of me rereading Powerless side by side with Powerful, and then reading Reckless, because I think that would be a lot of fun. Oh, and I think this fall, if you don't follow this podcast, you should. I've really been enjoying it. It's the It Gets Good podcast. It's like 3 book besties, and they have started doing an episode a month, or I don't know, of them going back through and reading the Throne of Glass series, and then I'm sure they'll read A Court of Mist and Fury, Thorns and Roses, and then Crescent City. And so I think in the fall, because that's like the right time for me, I think in the fall I'm gonna reread my whole Sarah J Maas shelf. Also, I have all of the books on my Kindle too, which makes it easy, maybe except Crescent City, because I think I borrowed that one from the library. Let me know what you think about that, because that's an idea I have for the fall. Okay, I'm gonna get back to reading. You can tell my Kindle is shut off because this has been a long check-in. So, okay, bye guys. Okay, I felt the need to jump back in here because I found it so interesting, the shift between the second book and the first book, where the first book treated the maiden card as vanity for beauty, you know, just shallowness, and now it's a healing card, which is really cool, and it's like very essential. And I just got to the chapter what, 19, where the Shepherd King or Nightmare, whatever you want to call him, is like, bring the maiden card on our journey, you know, into the misty forest, scary stuff with us. And Raven doesn't understand, which just shows like it's a very powerful card, and nobody has really I don't know, realized how powerful it is, because it's just been shoved to these women, which also I think speaks on like womanhood. And I mean, I guess TikTok's kind of called it girlhood now, where it's like a secret kept by the women that it's so powerful and so strong. And, you know, the men just think it's for vanity, but really it protects us, which is kind of cool. I think it's just really interesting, the shift between these books with that card and that aspect. So that's all I came on to say. Alrighty, good morning. Good morning. I am in work clothes because I forgot to update you guys yesterday. So obviously, highest regards to Two Twisted Crowns, the whole little duology, because it made me so consumed I forgot to update you guys on anything I was doing. So today is Monday, July 8th. I don't have my watch on me, but I'm gonna assume it's the 8th. This is like a very comfy chair, but it's hard to get situated into. I finished it. I finished Two Twisted Crowns. Some of my predictions did come true. Elm did become king. He and Ianthe had their little situation. They got married in the epilogue, happily ever after. Elspeth was able to return to her body. I felt like we knew it all along, but like the Yu family was descended from the Shepherd King. That was meant to be some big revelation, and I felt like it wasn't like huge, like you put the pieces together. Oh, I guess maybe I misunderstood this part, but when at the very end, when the Shepherd King said he's not Rowan and he's not you, he's something in between, and then Elm was just going by Elm, which is a tree. I don't know if that was supposed to be like a nod to he created a new name. I did give it 5 stars. I think the whole series deserves 5 stars. Just, wow, that was a really good, it got me out of a reading slump, honestly, and now I want to start rereading Powerless, and read it with Powerful, and then read Reckless. So I am going to end the reading vlog like here, but I'll talk a little bit more. So I did not get to read any more of Funny Story. I just haven't been in a physical book mood, which is really frustrating. The Kindle has just been doing wonders. I will tell you about something I discovered, and I'm probably very late to the game because I've started paying more attention to TikTok recently. But there are these creators on TikTok, bookish creators, that do live reading sprints. And I found a couple that I really like, and they do like 20-minute or 30-minute intervals where you read for 30 minutes and then you chat for 10 minutes and then you keep going. Let me tell you, it is a game changer. Now I can go spend time with my boyfriend out on the couch while he watches whatever stupid movie he decides to put on. So I put my AirPods in, I'm listening to their music, I'm participating in the chat when it's chat time, and then we do our 20 or 30-minute reading sprint, all of us together. That is how I was able to read that nearly 500-page book in 2 days. Pretty great. Maybe it was 3 days. So what am I reading now? What am I reading into I started last night Consider Me by Becca Mack. It's a hockey romance. I got it on Kindle Unlimited. Very cute. I've never read hockey romance, but just to kind of hold me over until I can start reading Powerless and Reckless, I needed something that was not a fantasy. But I feel like in June I was in a reading slump and I was reading just to read, and now it's like I have it back, which is so fun and so exciting. And I do want to credit like the TikTok creator. Let me find her. Okay, so her handle is Alexia Reads. And she does these really fun lives. I really love it. I really love the reading sprints. Oh, there was another one. There was another one that I was doing. Her name was like the Indoors Woman. Okay, Jessica. The Indoors Woman. Her reading sprints are so fun too. And it's like the chats that you get to have, you know, and everybody shares what they're currently reading. And then when I was like, I'm reading Two Twisted Crowns, everybody was like, oh my God, I have it on my TBR, I haven't read it. And a few were like, oh my God, so good, you know. And it's just like, you get a lot of book recommendations, you know, and it's just, I don't know, if you are looking for a little bit of motivation to read, especially in the evening. I think a lot of them post in the evening because I mean, life. Just pop on TikTok, pop your AirPods or whatever you want in, have your book, have your phone on TikTok. I read for 3 hours on Saturday night doing that. So I'm currently reading Consider Me by Becca Mack. I think it's the first one in a hockey romance. I really do want to finish Funny Story this week. I just need to sit down and get into it. Like, I mean, I'm into it, but it's the physical book side of things, and I don't really want to have multiple physical books going. So that's why I put kind of a mindless read on my Kindle. And then right after that, essentially, I'm going to start filming the Powerless reread vlog and Reckless reading vlog. That's what I'm doing. Kind of fun, kind of a lot of fun. Those are my reading plans for this week. Keep an eye out for the Reckless reading vlog. I don't know how long that one's gonna take me. I think I've been filming this reading vlog since Wednesday and it comes out tomorrow, so I have to edit it tonight, which is why I'm ending it. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this reading vlog, kind of chaotic, consider giving it a like, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I post bookish content every Tuesday and Friday for your enjoyment. Happy reading, book besties. I'll see you next time, okay? Bye.